good evening, or good afternoon. Welcome to Two Local Radio. Today we have the phenomenal, very talented, one-of-a-kind MC out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is Philly Black. All right, say hello, Mr. Philly Black.
Yo, hello, Ray. How you doing? Thank you for having me.
I'm hanging in there today, man. It's just one of them days.
Yes. Yeah. I know. I can feel that. I want to thank you for having me, though. It's been great, man. It's a real blessing for you to put me on the radio like this. So, what you been up to lately, man?
You know, it's just the same old, man. It's the same old, just trying to, hustle every day and just get by, man. I think that's what everybody's been up to since, the economy crashed and has never got back to where it once was.
Yeah. I feel you on that one. Real good. Yo, can I give a shout-out to my young football squad?
You can give a shout-out to anybody you like.
I'd like to give a shout-out to East Kizzies and Chiefs. We got I coach the 12 and 13 football, in Philadelphia at the Kensington section of Philly. Our season's about to come up, and we expect to do big things trying to make this trip to Florida. I want to give a shout-out to all of them in the Port Richmond Tigers. I do basketball there, so I want to shout them out as well in the Port Richmond section of Philadelphia. You got to show love for the kids, man. The community is what it's all about. We didn't have that time, when I was younger, for people to take their time out to mentor. But it feels good to help these young kids out.
It certainly does. It feels good, to help people in general, though, the big masses won't tell you, that, and they want you to, be selfish. Here's the thing I don't get. I was looking at your, your newest video, your Food for Thought video you have up on Reverb, and It's a phenomenal video. It should at least have, 5,000-10,000, views or looked at, and it's, sitting at 256. It's just crazy how real artists are getting snubbed every day for these people that are garbage.
I don't want to say like garbage, because it takes a lot of creativity to write anything. It takes a lot of courage to do that as well. A lot of the things have been, I would say dumbed down, as Jay-Z would put it, But, it is what it is. A lot of good artists don't get those opportunities. Everything is controlled by people that's at higher power than us. What they want to put out is what they want to put out. I remember back then when underground, was those artists that you hear on the radio today. You know what I mean? You had the little public enemies out there, out in the front. Poor righteous teachers, they was out in the front. So you did have the knowledge, out front. But as times change and people, decide to move in a different route, in a different direction. But
I think it's the people that have no idea what good music is about that are running things. Personally, but we'll go beyond that. Why don't you tell people, for those that don't know the true meaning of hip hop? I love the way that you put it over on your Reverb as well as your Facebook page and whatnot. What the true definition of hip hop is to you?
Well, to me, the true definition of hip hop is higher infinite power healing our people. Creating conscious and social awareness, for our people instead of them thinking about, the street. It goes beyond the street life. Not all dreams stop there. It's about trying to get people out of difficult situations and have people relate to those situations and find their way out. We're supposed to be the positive over the negative situation. That is hip hop. That is the love. When you have that hard time, pop that CD in, sit back, relate, and figure that way out. We all go through the same situation, the same problems, sometimes a little different situation, but we all come to the same conclusion.
Do you feel nowadays true hip hop is going towards the back seat compared to the rest of the rap game, and people can't disguise are having a hard time to decipher what is true hip hop and what they have out there that they're putting on there now.
Yeah, it's true hip hop. I mean, true hip hop is rap is the umbrella of hip hop to begin with. It's like with any corporation that you might have. You might have Johnson and Johnson or Pfizer or some type of medical company like Pfizer. Who brings out say for instance, Zyrtec you get over the counter versus starts out a brand name medication. And then once it's been in there for years, it goes to the over the counter part. But it's all umbrella. Like bring a company in, make that company. And then they branch off and bring little companies in, and they bring it under the umbrella. That's pretty much what rap is. Rap is nothing but an extension, small piece of hip-hop. That's all rap is. And discern what rap is, discern the difference between the two is social conscious, positive vibe. Rap is about struggle. Rap is about doing anything that you want to do to try to get where you want. Hip-hop is more emotion. Speak from the heart. With the mind, body, and the soul is one. That's hip-hop.
So basically rap is about getting the money and getting out, and then hip-hop is for the love.
Exactly. Think about it like this. You want a quick way to do something, right? So the quick way to go ahead on and put money in your pockets is to go out on the street and stick somebody up. As hip-hop is, if you want to get out your situation permanently as a long-term goal, you sit down there, you plan, you go to college, you work hard, make something better of yourself, so that way when you reach that long-term goal, it's sustainable.
And here's the deal. I grew up, in some projects part of my life, and then another part, I was in the suburban, lifestyle and whatnot. But the thing is, when I grew up, being one of the, 3 white kids, on a block, and everybody, it's totally different because when you're in that environment and you're watching, you witness, somebody get shot or, somebody gets stabbed or someone, get, beat up to a bloody pulp and whatnot. The last thing you're thinking about is staying in that environment. And it just seems like a lot of songs nowadays is about, okay, yeah, well, rep where you're from, love where you're from. And I understand that. But everyone that I knew that was in that situation, all they were thinking was, how the fuck do I get out?
Exactly. And that's what you want to do. You want to get out of the situation. You want to get out of a bad situation. But in turn, though, are you going to leave the people that need your help behind? Listen, I'm in North Philadelphia. I stayed in North Philadelphia. I left, went out to Bucks County, lived out there for a little bit, and came back. See, the problem with us is that we don't come back. We like to go ahead on and move forward and never look back. But in some situations, you got people out here that need those role models. But those role models and those people that are good always pick up and lead and never turn back. So how are you helping out your next generation?
See, that's another thing I never understood. And I get where you're coming from, and I totally agree. Without going any, different route or whatever, it's crazy how some people are like, okay, yeah, we want to help everybody out. But when it comes down to it, they're afraid to go into the, different areas, the areas they're not used to help people out. But yet, if you read the stories of the old times, that's exactly what that person did without getting, too wrapped up in anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's crazy.
Yeah. I feel where you're coming from in regards to that matter, and you're right. It is kind of wild, but like the good book says, you got to help yourself out before you can help somebody else out. What good are you if you're not good? So you got to. A lot of times you take it for what it is. Some people like to take those chances and take it for granted. Some people like to just take those chances, move out, and never look back. And we have to, for me, the hardest thing is to turn my face away, because what happens when I'm in that position and I need that help? You know what I mean? And then I'm looking the same way as the people that I left behind look. What's going to happen to me when it comes down to it and say, well, you left me. You left me. It's a bond. You got to connect with the people. And not only connect with the people, you got to be real with the people. And a lot of times we don't like the realness of things. We all want to live in rap, a fantasy world. We don't want to live in hip-hop, higher infinite power, healing our people, a real world. We don't want to see the real problems. We want that fantasy life. We want to pop those bottles. We want to hit those models. We want to drive those cars, those nice cars. We want to live that fantasy life. And if this guy's telling me I can do what I want anytime I want to get it, I'm going to try to get it. But this guy over here is talking about.
All right, I think we lost Mr. Philly Black for a moment. I'm sure he'll come back in a minute. Basically, what he's saying is you never forget your roots. Even though you may move on, you never forget your roots, and you never forget the people, that got you, helped you get where you got to be. Let's see if I can, Mr. Philly Black, what we're going to do is we're going to take a brief break, and I'm going to play Who I Be by Philly Black, and hopefully he'll be right back.
I be the smooth, intellectual, individual, self-motivated, educated man who's lyrical. Not good enough for the world, man, pitiful. Not kryptonite with vision, I ain't nice. Show the mic is my ice, and the lights I reflect like an image on the set. You're the mind manifest, you're not rocking with the best. You're the best right here, in the mind I make it rain, then the lights disappear. It's the same old things in the game. Only thing that changed is the age in the game. Everybody talk about the same thing. Selling they soul, that's the price for the fame. Got the pen at the name to the line, lose your mind. Everybody wants the blimp to read mine. Ain't enough room on the blimp for all, see? That's why I just choose to be me, who I be. I be to be who I am. Not trying to be what they are. So I be what I wanna be, and not trying to be what they want me to be, who I be. I be to be who I am. Not trying to be what they are. So I be what I wanna be, and not trying to be what they want me to be, who I be. I be the artisan of my ambition, breaking free of the chains of inhibition. My intuition will lead me to my position, knowing the path gradually shifts, like the weight of a scale that's always tipped. Unequal balance, always challenged, heart of a lion, always defiant against all odds when I try to do the right thing, even when it's cause for me to do the wrong thing. Who the hell are you to say, yo, that I'm wrong? When capitalism built their wealth off the strong arm, and the arm of the law is corrupt, y'all. Nowadays, everybody get their hustle on, cause we all gotta eat to live. So I took the map out and said to go south. I crossed the path out and made my own route.
All right, and we're back with Philly Black. All right, Mr. Black?
What's good? What's good? I'm still here. Trying to, hammer my ball out in his bag, so let me have to pause the game real quick.
Yeah. It sounded like we lost you for a second, so I went to one of your songs and whatnot, and you were basically saying it's all right to move, but never forget your roots, and don't forget the people that, helped you get where you had to get.
Exactly. And don't we sometimes forget who helped us? Question. It's the questions. It's the questions. What? It's the questions. Love that track.
I totally agree, but there's a lot of times we do forget, who helped us, and I'm sure you can agree that it's easy once you're trapped in the limelight to get out and to realize what is going on if you're not focused.
Right, it is. But, you do got people that out there that's trying to hurt you. You do have people out there that just want to use you. It is what it is. I can understand both sides of the coin. Good. I generally understand both sides of the coin because it happens in everyday life, too. People would like to use people to get what they want, and then after that, they like to throw them to by the wayside. So there are dangers on both sides, And I can understand where they're coming from on that standpoint. But when it comes down to what type of man are you? Or what type of artist are you?